Alright, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I don't know in which chapter we are in, because I know the game itself has chapters, but I'm not quite sure if the version that I downloaded still has chapters, because it initially came out as chapters, but I think since then there has been a version that's like all the chapters in one place. So I don't know, I guess we're still in chapter 1, maybe. I didn't have a moment where I felt like, oh, this is a cliffhanger. If you heard something, because I might record this, that was just Windows doing useless stuff. Anyways, I will play a little bit shorter today because it's all the reading. It's all the reading because I love this game. I'm really engaged and interested in what's going to happen. But my God, it's all the reading, it's winter, everything's heated up, it's already dry, so no. Anyways, so we're cryptid hunting. Is this our house? Is this our house? Or, because that looks so precarious. I think that's our house. Okay, so, and there's a church. I wonder if we can go there. Also, what is this? This is probably what we would have discovered if we could have entered the garden. Remember, I wanted to go to the garden, but I was like, sandwich first, because that's priorities, right? And then after I ate my sandwich, I didn't have the option anymore to go to the garden, which, okay, is H? Yes, H is the button to remove this and see the whole screen, which that's a wonderful feature, by the way. Someone took pains to draw this beautiful illustration, and then the whole text screen is like blab, so I really like this. Okay, it hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. I said hollow really weirdly. Hollow. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. Yeah, that's the thing. For me, in the video game, I'm like, yes, let's go. In real life, I would be like, this is going a little bit too fast. I'm sorry. I don't know. Although, I could talk to Gretchen, like if I could talk to the dog in real life, and Gretchen gives off amazing vibes, so I maybe would trust. Well, anyways, you feel more alive than you felt in years, strangely calm, tense, until I would probably feel tense for a lot of reasons. Because also, let's just remember, look at Gretchen. Just remember, we're here because of a funeral, because of a strange family. That is a tense situation no matter what you do to distract yourself from that. So, tense. On edge. Something terrible could happen at any moment. Every snapping twig and rustling leaf makes your heart beat faster and your eyes go wider. No, that's not what I meant. I just meant as in general, it's a whole tense situation we're in. Stella, by comparison, is jaunty. You wish you had her confidence. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, as someone who lives under the roof, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored if only for a moment. Yeah, we had a proper autumn this year, and we have a proper winter this year. Since, I can remember, like 10 years or so. So, it's weird, but apparently also a signifier of climate change. Anyways. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Are you really expecting to find anything out there? Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? Like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? What's the weirdest thing you've seen out there other than cryptids? Let's move on. Oh yeah, what's the weirdest thing? That would be, let her talk about herself. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. Oh, animal world, never change. But I think most people know about that these days. No, I did not. Thank you, Stella. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. It does. Also, keep an eye on Gretchen. Has she seen something in there? Oh, look, she looks like, that's so cute. That is such a good attention to detail to tell the story that she's just roaming around, enjoying whatever she's smelling, and seeing. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. Ew, also a lovely name. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Are you really expecting to find anything out there? I don't know if I would ask if anything bad ever happened on these hikes, but I am interested, so let's do that. You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell out down a cliff, but look at Gretchen. You'd have to look at her. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a week or two to heal. Ha 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 ha. All in all, not too bad. Though, I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kind of got stuck in a cave. It's my biggest fear. Oh, it's not my biggest fear. It's one. Let's just say it's in the top 20. Well, maybe not realistic fears, because why would I ever be in a cave, you know? But in horror movie scenarios where I'm a different person that goes into caves, that, yeah, messes me up. I was getting great footage of that, what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. It was also tight. Oh my, getting stuck in a cave. Oh, that is so horrible. Oh my god. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. Oh, Gretchen, never change. I object to that accusation. I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind. That's what I did. And I kept Stella company, just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, so I also sprayed her. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally... I love that there's just a whole list. That I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely counted. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. I'm sorry, did you say you almost got shot? Are you sure it's safe here? No, let's not be that person. I really expect to find anything. I don't wanna... That sounds so judgy. Let's go for the weird stuff. Ghost demons. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. You know what I just realized? Stella is perfect for us to explore our own house. Well, not our house, but our cousin's house. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. I think that's it. I think a lot of the... Okay, so a lot of the ghost hunting influencers, a lot of them are bullshit, but I think quite a few people also have actual real reactions, because if you are really in a dark abandoned house with no one else there, just your camera and a little like smartphone light or whatever, it is genuinely scary because your mind plays tricks on you. And remember, you're in an environment you don't know, so every single noise is like, what is that? Because you literally do not know what it is. When all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. Yeah, me too. Why would you not? I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. Yeah, never really thought about that. Well, it depends on if you go by the Christian demons. Because I think there's also in a lot of other cultures some type of demon that's not really related to the devil, but rather to a more malicious and more powerful force than just a mere ghost. So let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right? Also, in a lot of cases, demons are not really just ghosts from people who died, but just completely different entities from different planes of existence that try to move over into this world, which that is a highly cosmic. Actually, demons are quite outside of the Christian context. Demons are pretty cosmic horror. Huh? I never. Okay. What about aliens? What about? Oh yeah. Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government get declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You know what? I'm not that kind of person, but I remember a couple of years ago, and everyone ignored it. I think the government did say that there had been UFOs, which could mean anything. Could mean nothing. But they did say they had evidence of flying objects that they really could not pin down. They were like, where they had no idea where these came from. And I think they came very close to say they might be alien. Who knows? So I still think for me it's less, of course there's life out there. You know, it would be weird if we are the only planet that has some form of life. But for me, the probability that that life is not just so intelligent that they can do space travel a lot better than we are. Not because I think we are so good at it. Rather, do you really need to? Do you want to? But then also come to us? Why? You know? I mean, if there's life out there, it's probably not just one planet with life. And then why would our planet be the most interesting? Do you know what I mean? So, that's the thing. Anyways, I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Oh, that's Gretchen. I need to... Ever since her parents ran away, she's been more and more foolhardy with all this critter nonsense. Where did they go? Where did her parents go? You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Book smart. Aliens exist, but I'm not sure they've come to Earth. Oh my god, that is just what I said! That is so funny! Because I made fun of the book smart person being obnoxious, and here I am. Oh my god, I'm in the glass house. Okay, well, I guess I have to say this, because this is too funny. The chance that anything beyond a single-celled organism exists anywhere close enough to realistically travel to Earth, combined with the even smaller chance of those life forms existing at the same time as us, combined with the even smaller chance that those organisms have invented and perfected space travel to the extent that they can casually visit other worlds, those chances are low. Let me just say that much. This is so... This is so funny. Low, but not zero. No, of course not. And I'm not saying that. Anyway, agree to disagree, but I've heard some neat stories. I know somebody who knows somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly it looked like daylight outside. He could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky. Then this metallic like egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never even been there. It was just smooth skin where a pinky should be. I know it's a second-hand source. No. As far as you said, it's a third or fourth fourth-hand source? But there's plenty more like it, and if they are true, I'm convinced no. Maybe I could come around on this. What if he just lied? Maybe it was just sleep or it could have been... I'm still... Let's just remain silent. Just something to think about. Yeah or not. Let's move on. Did you hear that? I did. Oh no, it's the shotgun dude. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, oh, Duke, you rascal. Oh, so I guess I like him because Gretchen likes him. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girly, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't... Is that... Yep. Oh yeah, it's a small town. I guess... I never lived in a small town where everyone knows everyone's business. Because of that. I don't want to be there. But yeah, I guess that's how it is. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Now both of y'all head on back to town, yeah? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. Wasn't there talk of a mountain lion? Those are so dangerous. Oh, they will hunt you silently. So yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunka-bungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. Huh. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Oh, I think we said mountain lion because Gretchen said that the Skunk Ape actually smells like mountain lion and could be one. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do. Actually, it's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. You know, that grinds my gears. That grinds my... If you're... and it reminds me of the X-Files. Mulder was such an asshole. He was always like, Scully, you have to think of all the possibilities, whenever it was his crazy theory. But whenever Scully had a pretty good theory that also was slightly paranormal, he was always like, that's impossible. And she's like that, and mountain lion is not as impossible as a skunk. Like, no. I know this is supposed to be ridiculous, but it makes me dislike Stella a little bit. Because she's very much like, everything I believe is true, and I know better than you, and you will come around, blah, 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 blah. And everything you believe, but that I don't believe, is total bullshit. And here are the facts. And it's like, you didn't have facts for the rest of this. Like, the trucker story, that's not fact. That's just an urban legend. No. Okay, I'm getting too riled up. I'm so sorry. It's true, there are mountain lions out there. Sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. See, Gretchen knows what's what. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. Yes, I'm on Duke's side. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. And she also did that? Stella. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want to face a full buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. What, if you find a mountain lion, don't kill it? Right on, dude. Kill that now. Not that would not be me. But here's the thing. I don't know how dangerous they are. I know it's the same with polar bears. If they attack you, I mean, the people who live there, you know, not for us, not for hunting and sport, but for the people who live there and then they get attacked or their kids get attacked, of course they will shoot the polar bear or the mountain lion, you know, to protect themselves. Can't you just buy more chickens? Don't put in this. This is between Duke and Stella. Yeah, actually, I don't know either of them well enough to... You stand awkwardly by as the two continue to argue. Duke, you're just wasting your time. Give us just one night out there to see what we can find, and I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this. Oh, Stella, just shut the fuck up. Yeah, right. You'll get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some such nonsense. I know what I'm looking for, and there's no way I'm backing down. But I've got a film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening, so... Oh. But I've got a film tonight. I'm sorry. Why do I not see the names? There's something about it that's like my blind spot. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. Aww. And that's why I didn't say, why can't you just buy new chickens? You know, these are family. I don't see why I need to be involved in this. I'm out. Beep. Take a mic out of your pocket, which you had just for this moment. Let's just go, Stella. Yeah. Let's just, you know. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time arguing. Fine, we'll head back to town. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break what now? I mean, good luck, old man. Alright, have a nice night, y'all. Y'all. No. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Oh. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. I don't want to get mauled by a mountain lion, Stella. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Lead the way. Oh no, we aren't actually headed back to town. Are you sure you don't want to, like, watch a movie instead? No way. Not with Duke and his shotgun out there waiting to blow our heads off. Yeah, let's go with, like, what? I thought we were, you know... Well, I understand your fears, Hula. This is an opportunity for a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. Seize it while you can. You know what? No. No. I'm not that kind of person. I don't need to go mountain climbing. I know it's amazing, probably, as an adventure, but I like my fingers, you know. I like my nose. I like my toes. I like just being alive, you know. So, yeah, no. Oh, you don't have to worry about old Duke. I've been out tracking with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. But he surprised us, Stella. You are full of shit, Stella. Okay. We'll go... This is a crossway, because... I would just be like, you know what, mountain lion? No. I'm not, like, it's literally dangerous, deadly dangerous to continue. But it's a video game, so I want to prove my point and Duke's point and just go and let this turn to shit, you know. Fine, I'll stick around, but know up front that I'm only sticking around because I'm under duress. Let's do it this way. I promise it'll be fun and safe. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Go on an adventure with your new friend. I don't know. Stella seems nice, but she's very pushy in a way that I do not appreciate. As a person who can be quite agreeable with people I don't know very much, it's unpleasant. She's not quite pleasant. Yeah. I do enjoy Gretchen though. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Do we see anything here in the background? Oh, that might also be it. That we can see, like, spooky stuff. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Hula, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very country. He is hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellas. Okay. Should I give you... The thing is, I don't think I have a nickname for you. Because I haven't really found anything... that sounds cool, because you need something that sounds cute or cool or whatever. And hulas, no. Noobs, no. I don't want to insult you, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. But Stella's definitely is not a thing I would... No. And keep digging Gretchen's. That's Gretchen's fans. Just imagining dogs sub to her channel. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. Alright. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Booksmart. The nature out here is incredible. I'm so used to only seeing pigeons and rats. Which is not a bad thing. I actually get excited whenever I see either. It's breathtaking. It's hard to take it all in with what with all the danger. Being this far from civilization stresses me out. No, I've seen better. Pfft, not a fan of the bugs. I'm a little distracted from not wanting to be out here anymore. Quietly look into Stella's eyes? No, I'm sorry. I'm not in the no. It's breathtaking. And the air is so clean and fresh. I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Oh yeah, the stars. That's really nice. Look at Gretchen. My god. Okay. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone to say wow with. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Booksmart. It's a deer, and this noise means it's alerted the rest of its herd to danger. Oh. Oh no, the skunk ape has found us. It's Duke back with his shotgun run. Death has come for me at last. Goodbye, cruel world. I mean, that would be funny, but I don't know if this game... In games, this choice... These kind of choices can go different ways. So let's go without Booksmart. Sure is. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for a flashlight. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Oh, no! Oh, that poor deer! A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. The acorn becomes the oak, becomes the rich rot that swaddles the acorn. The cycle that is stretched is not the cycle that is broken. Oh, I'm so sad for the deer. A deer, and there's something uncouthly fake and vile to its odors. Let me at him! How dare you infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space! Let me at him! Oh, Gretchen. Wait, can we see her? Oh yeah, there she is. The souring husk will feed the coming world. This is good. Oh! Do I know what the deer is saying because I can talk to animals? Or would I be able to hear even without that skill? If any of you have played this without the animal trait, can you tell me? Because that is very interesting, and I wonder what this would say if I hadn't picked the animal choice. And then it is gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. Well, she couldn't handle an eldritch entity. And she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? I think that deer was threatening to us. Threatening us. Is that some sort of cyst or something? There's something wrong with that deer? Why do you bring her with you? Pfft. Well, that got my heart rate up. It's never too late to turn back. Yeah, let's warning us. I think it was just sick. That thing on its face, I'd bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it. I'm ready for the hunt. It's never too late to turn back. I don't actually think I'm really cut out for this sort of thing. Those deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits. But eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons and mountain lions and also deer that talk in demon voices. But since she didn't hear what the deer said, obviously we know it. Best choice. I wish I would have picked the mythic thingy because I feel like the mystic stuff also would have been really cool for this kind of game. But yeah, lessons learned. Which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open the bag of assorted snacks. Yeah, that's a lot of extra M&Ms. What is in trail mix, by the way? I don't think it's... Like, we have Studentenfutter, which is like students' snacks or food. And they usually contain an assortment of nuts and raisins. That's it. That's Studentenfutter. which I guess is because of the sugar and then the protein and fat, which is a good thing throughout the day. But trail mix, as I understand, also has candy in it, and then M&Ms, which, hot take, overrated. M&Ms, they're not that cool. They're not that great. Like, kind of boring. Too much sugar, you know. It ruins the taste of the chocolate and the nuts. Anyways, take a snack bar. There's a snack bar. I don't see a snack bar. Where's the snack bar? Oh, there. Oh, okay. The dried apricots, sesame sticks. I would probably take a few dried apricots because I actually am currently in the mood for it. You know, I dried these myself. Janie gave me a bunch of apricots and had no idea what I was supposed to do with apricots, and they were starting to go bad, so I panicked and threw them in the oven. Oh, they must taste really good. I think if they're done, you know, by herself. And now she keeps giving me more. Please, take as many as you can eat. I've had so many that I can't even taste them. And you know, they're not dripping, so that's good. Oh my god, okay. What do we have here? Okay. You and Stella, I see the eyes. I see them. Here, there, in the corner. Settle down on overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So tell me, what it's like in Leary Cove. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Hula. Why do you want to know? No, that's so... I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. I live in a closet in a house with... No, I don't want to live with roommates. Oh, good thing I can choose. Doorless basement that floods whenever it rains. No! No, no roommates! I live in a shed in someone's yard. I live in an internet cafe. No, let's go with the dingy studio apartment. That sounds realistic. And I love it. It's a little cramped, the lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up. Because the lady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. Oh, no. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, but it's mine. I mean, technically I guess it's the landlady's, but I don't have to share it with anybody. It's a mess, but it's my mess, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Exactly. You know, that's a great way to look at things. I can't imagine what it'd be like to share your place with people you don't know. Speaking of, it's gotta be wild staying with Tabby, for both of you. So what do you do for a living? Oh, I build programmatic ads for a company nobody's ever heard of. I sell arts and crafts on Etsy. I'm a first-year associate at a big law firm. I'm a streamer, I'm a student, I'm a teacher. I'm a mother, I'm a saint, I'm a lover. I'm in the service industry, I'd rather not say. Probably the first one is closest to what I'm actually doing. So let's go with that. So you know, those ads you see on the sidebar of every website you visit that feel like they know way too much about you? I mean, it's not really what I'm doing, but it's close. Oh yeah, the ones that recommend stuff based on things I could swear I only talked about in person. So creepy. It's like they can hear everything I say. I work for a company that builds those ads for other companies. Oh my god, look at her face. I went to school for computer science and thought I'd be doing something challenging when I got hired, but instead of actual programming, they mostly have me go in and make endless changes to the font size and color, or whatever, to make more people want to click the ad. I usually make like 40 or 50 ads that are all almost exactly the same and track each of them on a giant spreadsheet. That's my life. That seems a little soul-crushing. It really could be worse. You know, the good thing about these kind of jobs, very low stakes. Very low stakes. I mean, especially if you're an anxious person, I think I said this before in one of my other videos, that if you're an anxious person or easily stressed, you know, these kind of jobs, they feel stressful, but they are not. At the end of the day, no one gets hurt if you mess up, which that's kind of... I would probably break down if I did something, you know, working with people where a mistake can truly have horrible consequences. So yeah, it could be worse. At least I have a job, I guess. Yeah, and that. And programmers make a lot of money, right? Yeah, I don't think they do anymore, right? Usually, I definitely thought the number on the paycheck was a lot when I was fresh out of school, but it turns out they hired me way below market rate. Maybe I'll find something new, though. A crisp breeze passes over you. Sorry for my pop filter here. What about you? What's your story? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. Oh, that's so nice. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. Also, she had a good and nice childhood and upbringing. Good for her. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job, because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Oh, do you live alone? Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore, and the Holler's small enough place that other folks don't need roommates. Oh, did they move? No, they died. Oh. It's okay, it's okay. I've done my morning. You don't have to watch your words around me or anything. Life goes on. Yeah, but it still sucks. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet. Interesting, too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail or something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself since his family didn't have much growing up. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. My mom was the local vet, the lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of something. Even if the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands, I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents. Sounds like she really had a good for her, you know. No, because she already said it's fine. And so, what is with this sentence? I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club. Who? No. I continue this. This is not okay. But I can share that my in-game mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Oh, thanks, Hula. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? I was glad to see her go. No, So what is interesting about this game is how much you can also... It's really an RPG in that I control my backstory. Because very often it feels like there is a certain backstory to the protagonist that you have to follow, or you pick at the beginning and then you stick with it. But here it really feels like I can mold my own backstory, which is very interesting, very RPG. So yeah, cool. I'm okay hanging in there, which is what you say when you're not really okay, but you're also not on the brink. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. I don't think you really can. Or at least most people can't. I think even... Especially if it's... There's this thing about anticipated grief? Well, anticipatory grief? No, you know what I mean. A grieving in anticipation of the death of someone. Doesn't really make it easier when it happens. It just prolongs the grieving process. So I think there's very few people where it works, but I think for most it's just longer grieving period. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's relief. The hospital bills are another story though. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt on the wound at that point. Yeah. Oh. What was that? My stars. What was that? It's showtime. That wasn't a mountain lion, was it? Please tell me that was a raccoon. Or something. Or something, yeah. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. Oh, now I have her. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Hula. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. Oh no, not again. What a creepy. Is it like all animals have a hive mind thing? Because it's the same writing, and it feels like the animals don't talk like as if they were the animals, but rather something else has taken over, and maybe it's just one voice going through all the animals. I see it, as sweet and kind, a bed of flowers, and nice wind, a gentle gardener. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Oh. What took it? Nearly choked here. There was a head and a foot next to the chicken. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. It doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. No! I can't believe it. Cryptids aren't supposed to be real. No, let's not be that kind of asshole. Do we have to? Now's not the time to hesitate. If we're catching this thing, we've got to go now. Yeah, but I don't want to catch it, Stella. You know? Listen to me. I don't want to. Anything here? Look, I have Gretchen on her leash. Stella sprints into the woods in pursuit, leaving you no choice but to run after her. Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by a leash. Am I not supposed to hold her because Gretchen will slip through her leash? Oh no, is she falling? Oh. Oh, there's a chicken. Stella! Stella! Ow! Oh god, the monsters got you. We're gonna die out here. Oh good, the monsters will get you first. And here I thought you were supposed to be a hardened mountain goat. No, are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Yeah, like the chicken. Just like my Stella to get overexcited and lose track of herself. Oh no, the poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Oh Jesus, still alive. I guess we have to roll the camera. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this one. Wait, do you hear that? I know that smell. That's old Duke. Aw, Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? Birdie? Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Oh, no. Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. If you hear something, that's my stomach. It's just growling a little bit. I'm sorry. I hope my mic does not pick it up. She smells terrible. Nothing like an animal at all. Just like that deer. I can barely even smell the woods anymore. It's all that uncanny plastic stench. Ew. Jesus H. Christ. We can't say that they have no. They will think we're crazy. There's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. What a horrid thing to witness. It's like they've all gone mad. If this happens to me, I wouldn't want to live like that. Oh, that was Gretchen. Oh, goddamn shit. It's like some kind of plague. It better not be contagious. Duke, we saw the thing that got hold of her. Got on camera, too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know, there ain't no such thing. It's not of this world, that's for certain. What a disgusting thing it was. Unappetizing in every sense of the word. Examine the chicken. You stoop down to look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. I would never. Something about this bird doesn't smell right. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against her harness. Examine the head. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Oh my god. Can't hide from me. I can see you. I can smell you. Sick, sick creature. Oh. Examine the wing. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. The old becomes the new. I've never flown, but now I soar. Whatever got hold of her busted her wings up too. Little bastard. Yeah, what a bastard. Examine the growth. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. There's something in there! It's like a fetus. She could still get better. Maybe she just needs that thing to pop and she'll be right as rain in a couple days. Happened to me once and there's not so much a scar these days. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's something in there. It smells like it should be buried somewhere deep. My senses scream out that this is an abomination. Oh, Stella, please don't get too close. Can you hear the birth that dwells within me? Can you hear the way it roars and thunders? If you didn't know better, you'd say this could be some sort of parasitic growth, like a wasp laying eggs inside a caterpillar. Having investigated to your heart's content, you step back and give the bird space. Oh my god, do you think she's become an egg? Like, what are we supposed to do, man? I'm freaking the hell out right now. No, I'm not. Dude, Duke, I don't think it's Mountain Lion that's been getting at your chickens. Yeah, no shit. In all my years, I've never seen anything like this. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan. And then another and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out there all around us. I can smell it. There's so many of them. I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie. Let's get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. Stella, As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. Look, poor Gretchen. Ew! No! Ew! Oh my god! What in the hell is that? The garden has come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. You feel a tightening in the leash, pulling at you from behind. Don't you step another foot closer or I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Stella, Stella, there's another one! The leash is drawn fully taut, and then there's sudden looseness. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A pattern of unnatural feet and then chaos. Why didn't I pick up Gretchen? I said this a couple of scenes ago, that Stella told us to hold her. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at its shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie, with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. I'm sorry, Birdie is already gone. I will try to, if I can, I will try to save Gretchen. Shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! Get the thing away from Gretchen. You die for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Hool, I'm a hero! Ew! Ooh, that is... Oh my god! Ew! This is so disgusting. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whisper tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. That is so disgusting. Oh my god. But then there's the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Duke? Blood, blood, my heavens, I smell blood. No! Oh, unfortunate accident. Poor trigger discipline. Oh my god, what did we do? What do we do? Okay, first things first. I grabbed Gretchen. I saved Gretchen, and I sacrificed Duke. I'm so sorry. There, step 1 is done. Gretchen is saved. Great. Okay, step 2. What's step 2? I just could. I thought he had control over his gun, because as a responsible gun owner, you should, you should, right? Holy shit. What the fuck? Okay. Deep breaths. We have to do something. What if we chase after those things? Get as much footage as we can. It's the only way anyone will believe us about what happened. Stella, I've had it with you. We owe it to Duke. No, we owe it. Yeah. Stella, you froze. If you go after those things and you pull that again. Yeah. Okay, let's go. No! Oh, okay, so that okay, it was the right thing, because I wanted to basically deter her from a crazy idea to say, like, Stella, you just listen to yourself. As you, Stella, quickly make your way back. Oh, they're so gross. I love them. Okay. Quickly make your way back through the woods. The unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with a grim determination. We're almost there. Oh, okay. You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. You know what? That is an amazing point to stop this episode. We've experienced so much. Death, gross things in the mouth of gross things, and probably eldritch entities, and we saved Gretchen, which I don't regret anything. Okay, so I love the writing so much. I I said this in the last episode. Because here's the thing. If you know me, you know, even if I don't like a character, because I'm not quite sure if I like Stella. She has a couple of personality traits that I'm not a fan of. You know, like, I don't dislike her because I think generally she's a really lovely person. But there's something about her really being very lackadaisical. First of all, why do you bring your dog on such a dangerous adventure? Especially if you know the leash will not hold her. She will run away. You have to carry her, but then you don't. She's really irresponsible. Because also, I'm a stranger, and she pulls me into this shit, you know? And she's like, I told her a couple of times I feel uncomfortable with this. And she's, I guess she's someone where you really have to say, I really don't want to do this. No, 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 no. Slap her and then run away. You know, she seems like the person that's the only thing she listens to. Because I dropped a lot of hints of like, you know, I don't really know about this. I'm not sure. I don't feel good with this. And she just keeps on pushing you. And that's kind of behavior that I really do not like in people. Where I'm like, good for you if you're like that, you know. And it doesn't make me dislike you. But it does make me want to spend less time with you. Because I don't think we gel on that account. But just because I'm not a big fan of a character doesn't mean it's not well written. And I think Stella is amazingly written because she contains these multitudes. Because it's not a black-white situation where she's either heavenly good or just horrible. And she's a great mixture, I think, where a lot of people, like some people might be completely in love with her because she is so adventurous. She pushes us out of our comfort zone, etc., you know. So I like that she's really... And I have the feeling they do this with all the characters where you know, it very much depends on you personally whether you like them or not, and not that the game or the writing tells you to like them or dislike them. And that's really good writing. Except Gretchen and Frou-Frou, I guess, because how can you dislike these two? But yeah, I love the writing. I think the creature design is amazing. I love that it's really a little bit unusual. I mean, yeah, because with the growths, you know, and the weird voices and the weird worm-like but still humanoid shapes, it's different enough that I'm super interested. That it's not like the same old, that you really want to know what's going on. What is this about? They could be aliens, for all we know. You know, so I really, yeah, I'm into the mystery. I'm into the characters. I love the way that we can shape our own backstory, but also really nearly shape how we react. Because I'm a little bit miffed. I know it had to happen for us to make the choice between Duke and Gretchen. But I'm really miffed that I did not have the opportunity to carry Gretchen around, because I was thinking about that the entire time she was basically in our care. I was like, why are we having her on the leash and straining on the leash if Stella told us that she will slip out of it? Like, that was the one thing in the story where I felt like, this is weird that the story that lets us choose literally how we want to make a sandwich, that we can't make that decision. And I know it was for this penultimate choice, but still, you know. But yeah, other than that, I enjoy this game a lot. And this feature is so good because, yeah, the illustrations are beautiful. And I love that we can take them in full, you know. And with that, oh yeah, so who would you have helped, Gretchen or Duke? I guess the outcome would have been that Gretchen would have... and that's... Sometimes it's like there's one character that always gets saved, you know, no matter what you do. And it's more a thing of whether the character afterwards still likes you or not. Whether they're like, oh, you abandoned me, you know. Or whether they say, you saved me. But they will make it either way. But it also could have been that Gretchen would have been kidnapped and changed into one of these animals. So I'm sticking to my guns here because I can talk to animals. And I think if you can talk to animals and the way Gretchen talks to us, she's literally like a person. Like the whole inner life and everything, you know, is so like there's no if you can't talk to animals, then that's how animals talk back to you. They're absolutely on the same level as a human being. If you know that, like, she's really not different. And we know Gretchen, we don't know Duke. And I really, really thought that Duke would be able to handle it because he had a whole shotgun with him. But what would you have done? Just first impulse, You see Duke struggling with his chicken, and then you see Gretchen being dragged away. What would you have done? Also, do you think Stella's freezing? Would you have gone after them, or would you also hurled out of it? That's another question. Because here's the thing. I think it is crazy of Stella to suggest, let's go after them and film them. Her dog was nearly kidnapped. Duke was killed. First of all, if someone was killed, the first thing you want to do is call the police or can't really call the emergency because there's nothing to do anymore. But still, first, or to inform anyone that this happened, to run after the monsters. That makes Stella look a little bit shady to me because it feels like her channel is more important to her. Like, she's the kind of personality where having it on video to share it and get reached or whatever, to prove her point is more important than actually her own security, her dog's security, my security, and informing people that someone died. So that is a big blimp on her character personally from my part. But if you have a different opinion, please share them in the comments. And that's it, pretty much. See you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.